Hello again. Welcome back to the Great Collection Unboxing. This week is a mystery. The box, as you see, is completely unmarked, so I do not know what is in it. We will find out. Oh, interesting. So it looks like this week we have a bunch of new in-box Breyers. So let's start with this one. This is a Christmas special run on the Iron Metal Chief Missouri Foxtrotter mold, number 750198, Snowflake, the Breyer holiday horse. He is in a very light shaded gray-white with a blanket that says Season's Greetings in Breyer. He is still in his box, and he has a nice label up here. Snowflake the Christmas Horse, second edition in an annual holiday keepsake series by Breyer, specially engraved Season's Greetings 98. So I don't see it, but it must be somewhere on him, on his belly or somewhere. And he is still in his box, and as I believe I've mentioned in a few previous videos, many Breyer collectors, probably most, prefer to take their horses out of the box for reasons of box rubs. They're held into these plastic boxes with plastic zap straps around their legs, and that can cause rubs, especially he has on his front leg here, it's a very light shaded gray, so that plastic can rub through that paint because it's pretty fragile. Now this box, this horse in his box has a red blanket on, and unfortunately something that happens with these over the years, particularly because 98 was a long time ago now, that red has probably bled through to the horse. So a collector who likes the Christmas horses, who doesn't have this example, could buy him and put him on their shelves, but once you take him out of the box, he is at risk of some damage that Breyer collectors are not particularly pleased by. Usually we'll get a horse, we'll take him right out of the box so that we can protect him and check him out for any damage. So nice horse, nice box. What I've done with my Christmas horses, I take them out of the box and I just cut this out and I put a little hole punch in it and I hang it with the horse. I usually will also take off any tack so that they don't bleed through, and then keep the tack near the horse or in a box somewhere, but then I just get rid of the boxes. So first horse, let's see what else we have. This is the Breyer Balking Mule. This is Molly, a 1999 collector's edition balking mule. So this was a series that they did where they brought back some old classic vintage Breyer paint jobs. So this was a very classic Breyer paint job, this glossy Appaloosa color on the the Fighting Stallions. It's a very popular color, and until this time, this particular mold, the balking mule, hadn't been released since the early 70s. So this was very popular when she came out. Breyer horse collectors are generally Breyer horse collectors, and the mule molds are a little shaky, so she's not held her value as well as when she first came out. She does still have her original hang tag, and the nice part about glossies is they're not as susceptible to box damage. So even though she's still in her original box, when we cut her out, she probably won't have damage to her because the gloss protects the color underneath. It is in nice shape. I don't see any stickers like retail price stickers. And like I said, she has her hang tag. If I bought this horse, I would definitely take her out. She's a pretty nice color. She's got some dark shading on her back and her forehand. With that, this is a much more controlled splatter dapple than we saw in the Fighting Stallion last week. It's more like polka dot. And as a matter of fact, standing here looking at her, I'm willing to bet this is actually a polka dot paint job where they actually took, all of these horses are painted by hand. They probably took an actual by hand paintbrush and dotted these horses, these marks on, because they are definitely all very round. So this is Molly, the collector's edition 1999 balking mule. And our next is Dolly, another collector's edition. What does it say? Okay, it says collector's edition 1999, limited to fall production. That's what I thought. So our previous mule was the spring edition, so they only produced her spring 1999. This was the fall collector's model, and it's in the glossy charcoal, which is another classic, popular vintage Breyer paint job. This was on the Fighting Stallion, a couple of the other molds. Very, very popular paint job. So it's glossy, black with white mane and tail, white on the legs, and usually some form of white on the head. And also has the hang collector's little booklet that came with her. A collector's favorite glossy charcoal mule color adorns Dolly, a mule model not seen in the Breyer line since 1973. So we just went crazy over these models when they came out, because you couldn't get the mule unless you had one of the original, and there was only two colors. It was a seal bay and a chestnut. So these were very popular when they came out, and only limited to 6 months. Oh, it was so exciting. This was definitely very popular, and she's still a beautiful model. And like I said, the gloss color, she's probably still in good condition. If I was to buy this model for my collection, I'd take her out of the box, cut the little hang tag or the little sticker out, and put her up on the shelf. Really pretty color, really pretty mold. And it looks to me like this is another Dolly. So I'm going to take a quick look and see if there was a reason. Usually collectors won't keep multiples of the exact same model unless they're a variation. So just looking at these models, I don't see a ton of variation. This one has a darker face. The white doesn't come down the sides as much, but other than that, very similar to the other model. So I'm not sure if this particular collector just really liked these guys, but they're definitely very similar, and don't know why he had two of them, but there you go. So only 4 models in this box, so it's a quick week, and I don't know what's up next. We'll find out next week. Thank you.